Welcome back to the movie podcast. It is me, the favorited co-host, and today, as this is our first take,
Yeah.
today we will be talking about our predictions or our hopes and theories for Tales of the Jedi season 2.
Yeah.
So we've come to the conclusion that season 1 had two main characters, right? You had your Count Dooku storyline and your Ahsoka. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have both picked two individual characters who we haven't seen in forever.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were talking about
Haven't
kind of
seen
what we can
forever, and then
explore.
This guy puts on his
Yeah.
list of the newest Jedi we've got. Go ahead.
I don't want to hear the sass coming from you when you kept screwing up the intro and I had to do it. So
I'm putting the
just-
intro at the end.
I don't
guys.
wanna hear
Stay, watch until the end. This is how you get people to watch to the end, and then it makes you push out the email.
yeah.
Watch until the end for a very funny blooper that will make your day. So make sure you watch the Movie Pod episode.
That only really works when you have ads, which we don't. But that's fine. Yeah, so we both picked two different characters, and we'll talk about what kind of story we want to see from them. And yeah, we'll get into it when Isaac can figure out what English is.
Yeah. Hey guys. So I'll go first. I'll say mine. You say yours, and then I'll say my other one, and you say your other one. So
Okay.
for my first Jedi, I hope to see in Tales of the Jedi season 2. It's obviously going to be 6 episodes long. They're obviously only short episodes, and so it's usually what they do is 3 episodes, and then on one character, other 3 episodes on another character. Like we got season 1, we got Ahsoka Tano and Count Dooku. Some of the best
Yes.
Star Wars we've ever got, especially those Count Dooku episodes.
Both are in my top 10 favorite Jedi. Top 10 favorite characters, I should say, in Star Wars.
I think
Count Dooku's great.
Count Dooku just skims my top 10, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
So for my first Jedi, I want to see in Tales of the Jedi Season 2 is Kanan Jarrus. Now, Kanan's obviously introduced in Rebels, and we see him in the Bad Batch on how he survived Order 66. Obviously, his master gets gunned down during Order 66, but he manages to escape. Obviously, the Bad Batch go after him, but he, escapes from them somehow. Because, it's the Bad Batch. So we see how he escapes Order 66, but we don't really know what he does and where he goes in between the Bad Batch and the start of Rebels. So I think a cool storyline for Kanan Jarrus would be, it basically picks up right then in Order 66, right? And then he doesn't know what to do. He's a literal Padawan at this time, man. He's so young. And so he has to go off, he has to get in the ship and fly away. And then he lands on a planet, and he has to try to survive. So we see how he does that, and we could maybe see other clones go after him. Maybe an Inquisitor fight happens with him, and he doesn't kill the Inquisitor. He gets away because he is a Padawan, so don't make him overpowered. And then, maybe
And
we
he's
get
not
flashbacks.
blind then, too.
Yes. We also get like flashbacks to back when he was in when the Jedi Order was a thing and he was getting trained by his master. That would be cool. See some character development between them two. The person who would voice Kanan, I don't know. Obviously, Freddie Prinze Jr. was the person that voiced him in Rebels and in the Bad Batch. But Freddie Prinze Jr., his comments on Star Wars, I don't really think he's getting an invite back to Star Wars.
Why? What has he said?
Have you not seen it?
No?
I'll have to show you after. We might make. No, I'll show you after. He was basically on a podcast, and he went off about Star Wars and the Star Wars sequels and how much it's changed. And
Should we bring him on here?
yeah, I would love to have Freddie Prinze Jr. on here. Probably one of my favorite people, like one of my dream guests to bring on. Like top 5 dream guests to bring on is Freddie Prinze Jr. is in that top 5. But yeah, I think that would be cool, dynamic. In Tales of the Jedi, seeing Kanan, and obviously Kanan is Dave's character. Dave loves his own characters. Tales of the Jedi is made by Dave, so it makes sense. So yeah, I think Kanan Jarrus.
And something else that I would really like it for is it also fleshes out Rebels. It's kind of like what my character next is gonna do. It's gonna flesh my character out. But
oh my god, I just realized I cannot show you that clip of what Freddie Prinze Jr. says. Lucky I remember that. I can
spoilers.
Yeah. Major.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Major.
That's fine. But I would really like Kanan as well, just because it would flesh out Rebels even more. Like, it like elaborates on the characters. It's kind of the same as not the same as, but it's equal to how the prequels flesh out the OT. It's kind of just like that.
Yeah.
On a
And how
smaller
the
scale,
Clone
but
Wars fleshes
it
out the PT.
makes exactly. That's a better analogy. Um, I would love to see Kanan. I've really grown to like the character. I'm
Yeah.
only a season and two and a half seasons into knowing him, and obviously, as you've reiterated to me a million times, season 3 and 4 are just amazing. I don't even know if he's alive in 4. I don't know what happens, but oh well, we'll get there.
Got something in my throat. What?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Um,
What?
but no, I would love to see Kanan.
I don't know what's. Yeah, I don't know what you're laughing at. Yeah, man, Kanan is
Yeah.
dope. I think seeing Kanan, I think is a high possibility. Especially him being Dave's character, and then yeah, I think it would be very cool to see Kanan, a bit more of his backstory. Kanan is one of my favorite Jedi's. And yeah, I really do love Kanan. He's a sick character. But yeah, Kanan. Who's your first character? Who do you want to see?
So
as Jedi?
mine, kind of just I'm not completely sold on him, but he's just kind of a character that we haven't got enough of, and I think this would kind of be the perfect
Lots of
time to
potential?
short span episodes where they don't need to fill it with other characters, and it's kind of just a small backstory. I think Kelleran Beck, who is
Yeah,
obviously the Jedi
he
who
saves
saved
Grogu.
Grogu,
Wow. Played by
which
Ahmed
to me in
Best.
the Filoniverse, yes, yeah, again, I would like Ahmed Best to return,
Voice him.
but just I think in the Filoniverse, if you want to call it that,
Yeah.
Grogu is such an essential character, which means, to me
Yeah,
at
no,
least,
he is.
the guy who saved it should get some kind of I don't know, some fleshing out. Like, we see him for a little bit. He saves Grogu. Grogu, we know, at least in Dave Filoni's story between Mandalorian and Boba Fett, and then probably no, he won't have impact in Ahsoka, but there's a good chance he will be in the Filoni movie, assuming it still goes ahead.
Yep.
And he's just setting up the future of Star Wars. And I think Kelleran Beck needs to be at least acknowledged in that. He can't have 4 minutes of screen time saving the debatably most important character we've had in the last 5 years.
Yeah, probably the most popular Star Wars character at the moment.
Yeah,
Shao.
definitely the most popular. 100% the most popular. And so
Shao.
I think the guy who saves him, whom we know also is an amazing Jedi. He took
Saber
care of a lot of
hands, yeah.
younglings.
He's very good with saber, and he taught a lot of younglings. Yeah,
Yeah.
Padawans.
Yeah. And
Very good with saber
I
combat.
think yes, we see he picks up a saber and he just goes wicked. He just goes ham.
Yeah.
I think he deserves to
Sure.
have more screen time. And I think the perfect time is an animated
Yeah.
15-minute, maybe 3 episodes
Yeah.
of how he was as a Jedi during the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And then maybe a little bit after Order 66, and we see animated Grogu.
Okay. Speaking of that, I would love to see Kelleran Beck. I think that's a great one, to be honest. I really do think that's a great one. But I think I would much more prefer, just seeing his backstory in the Jedi Order training, just a bit of character development for him, some cool stuff
Maybe
like
just
that.
maybe just his.
And then I
his,
think in many, many years to come, right, after the Filoni movie, Filoni has so much stuff going on. They make a live action, because I want Ahmed Best back in the action, right?
Yeah.
A live action prequel series to The Mandalorian that shows what happens in between when Grogu gets saved, and then obviously where he ends up in the start of The Mandalorian. We could see Quinlan Vos, because he obviously started the Path, and the Path is where they helped young Force sensitives get to safety. We could see Kel Kestis in that show as well, which is why I think they won't do it for a while. Definitely, because Kel Kestis is also a big part in the Path. They do mention it in Jedi Survivor, and he obviously has access to helping a lot of younglings as well. I
do agree. I think just going through his kind of induction into the Jedi Order and him growing up through the Jedi Order.
Yeah, maybe with his master. And then the start of the arc is with him as a Padawan himself.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
this
yeah,
would
exactly,
be perfect.
exactly.
Him as a Padawan himself with his master, and then episode 3 when his arc ends, he's training Padawans. So
Yeah.
he starts off as a Padawan himself, and then
Oh,
his arc
and
ends training the Padawans. That'd be
yeah,
nice.
and we could get maybe we just have like him in a classroom or whatever, or in a training room, and Grogu's just in the back,
Yeah,
just watching,
nice.
like
Yeah,
just a little. Oh, here he
Yeah.
is. But I
Yeah.
think having because of
Kind
how
of like what
important
they did
he
for
is
Kanan
to
in Tales
Grogu.
of the Jedi Season
Yeah,
1.
exactly.
They just had him in the back
Exactly.
watching Ahsoka train. They could do that for Grogu. There's literally background
Exactly.
character, him in the back. We don't get a close up of him. He's in the back watching Kelleran Beck train in his little hub.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it'll also they could give us more characters just hanging around the Jedi Temple.
Yeah.
We got a lot of Yaddle, I feel like, in season 1,
Oh yeah,
which I
we
really
did.
liked.
I did. They flexed out a lot.
But I think having him grow up through the
that
thing,
would
we
be
can have
good.
older Jedi like a Qui-Gon. Maybe he's training a young, slightly younger Obi-Wan before Qui-Gon takes him up.
No, that would
Just
break
things like
canon,
that.
but anyway, yeah.
Would it? No,
Yeah.
before. How
Like-
old was Obi-Wan? No, how old is Kelleran Beck compared to Obi-Wan? No.
Qui-Gon
okay.
was always Obi's master, always
from the start.
from the start.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, no, I just
but yeah, I
maybe
get what you
maybe
mean. You know, just
some other characters.
yeah.
Just
Sure.
shoving whoever. I think just the true reasons why I think why I think this is would be important is, one, because his importance to the future of Star Wars that we're building to, and two, his reception, Ahmed Best's reception to coming back.
Yeah,
Nobody
that was
complained.
amazing.
Everybody
amazing,
loved
man.
it.
It was. I remember when we watched that episode. It was crazy, dude.
You were screaming.
I was. The door opens and it's because I know about his. You know, he got so much hate for playing Jar Jar in the prequels, and then we see him. We see him as a Jedi.
Well, that's what I mean.
Saving the most important character in the franchise right now. He got redemption. He got redeemed.
Exactly.
Man. He got redeemed. He got what he finally deserved.
And he just got
in a good way.
So highly praised because of it.
Yeah.
The Star Wars community, the Clone Wars, the Rebels, like
they finally
all these
saw
smaller
that we love him
and more understanding. All these smaller and understanding fan bases just loved it. Nobody complained about it, and I think Disney need to capitalize on that.
Yeah.
And use a character that doesn't have haters, that doesn't have mixed reviews. He saved Grogu, who currently, as you said, is the most popular character, and is the future of our Star Wars currently.
Yeah.
And I think he deserves it. Kelleran Beck and Ahmed Best deserve to have a more fleshed out character, even if it's 45 minutes worth of character.
Yeah, sure. It'd be really cool, and then it'd be just dope if we got a live action prequel series to The Mandalorian later on in a while, after Filoni's movie, after The Mandalorian verse is done, and then they go back to cover Grogu in between getting saved, and then the start of the Mandalorian show. The show starts with him being saved, like we see in the Mandalorian flashbacks, and then it ends with the literal start of the Mandalorian season 1. That'd be so cool. Kelleran Beck, we get live action Quinlan Voss.
It really would.
It would be so damn cool.
It also opens up so much avenues too. So season 3 he gets dropped off. Season 3 he gets saved by him. But what happens between?
Yeah, exactly.
Order 66, and then he's on a whatever the planet. I forget what the planet's called. Is it?
Because obviously Grogu gets his mind wiped, and he's only starting to get these.
Yeah.
The reasons we're getting these flashbacks now, is because he's starting to get his
Just
memory
through the
back.
Force.
It's literally because he's connecting with the Force again, and so it's bringing his memory back.
But it's wild.
I think Kelleran Beck
there's
would be
so
a good
much that they can explore, and there's so much that they should explore.
Definitely.
But no, that's it. I understand more than I thought I would.
That's a very good one. That's a good one.
Who's your second?
For my second, it was a bit hard to choose this one. I didn't want to go with all prequel characters, but here we are. Kanan's not really a prequel character, but Plo Koon. Now, we don't get much Plo Koon. Yeah, we get some episodes with him in the Clone Wars.
He was originally Ahsoka's.
We know he recruited Ahsoka. He found Ahsoka and brought her into the Jedi Order. But I think, Plo Koon being young and with his master when he was an apprentice would be cool, uprising, to see his story. I think this is a realistic one because Plo Koon is literally Dave Filoni's favorite Star Wars character. It's known all around the globe, all around the Star Wars fandom. He's said many times. He stated that Plo Koon is his favorite Star Wars character. So I think this is a realistic one, and I generally wouldn't be surprised if this is one of the Jedis for season 2 of Tales of the Jedi. I think it'd be cool. Plo Koon does seem very, very cool. And yeah,
He was a very good pilot as well, I believe.
Yeah,
He's one of the
was
best
very
in the
good
Jedi
pilot.
Order.
He was. Yeah, I really don't have much to say about it. Plo Koon's is sick, and it would be cool to get more of him.
Yeah, it is.
Some people might disagree. You know, a lot of people don't really want prequel characters anymore. I was gonna mention like that it would be sick for like Darth Revan Tales of the Jedi type story arc, right? Because obviously he's Jedi, then turns into a Sith, mind gets wiped, turns into a Jedi again. But they need to save that for the big screen. I'm sorry, they need to save that for the Old Republic trilogy that they one day must freaking make.
Yeah, he's such a big character, but such an unknown character. Like, if you know who he is, he's massive. If you don't know who he is, like, you don't know who he is. It's simple as that.
Revan's story Revan's like story in Star Wars is probably in my top 3 favorite Star Wars characters' stories. Obviously, Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader is first because literally he is Star Wars. But then Darth Revan's story is so damn cool. He's a Jedi, fallen Jedi, goes to the Sith, mind gets wiped, and then he gets brought up again to be a Jedi. Oh, it's just so damn cool. And obviously, Keanu Reeves to play Revan, that would be sick. He's obviously the fan casting everyone wants. And I don't know if I should say this. I wasn't going to mention it, but there was
It's what I'm thinking of.
There was a report that Keanu Reeves is in The Acolyte, and obviously for ages now, for years, fans have been fan casting Keanu Reeves to play Darth Revan. But yeah, we might make an episode on that because it's big. I don't think it's real.
Yeah,
if you guys are interested in it, if you guys are going like, what the frick, Keanu Reeves going to be in The Acolyte? Revan's coming to The Acolyte? Just hold your horses. Star Wars Theory made a video on it, so if you're really intrigued right now, go over to Star Wars Theory, watch his video he made on it. He goes through the article, breaks it down. I don't think it's real rumor. Obviously, Darth Revan isn't alive at the time of The Acolyte. It's 100 years before The Phantom Menace. Revan's centuries for The Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
He's Old Republic, but it could. Okay, I didn't want to get into this, but I just want to say something very cool. Imagine in The Acolyte, we get a Sith holocron, and then there's Darth Revan is in the Sith holocron as like a hologram.
Yeah. No, that would be cool. That would be cool.
A little cameo, and then that like opens up for a Darth Revan trilogy in theaters on the big screen. That'd be cool. But yeah, Plo Koon for mine. And what would be your second character you'd like to see?
I was shooting honorable mention first, but that's just because you mentioned him before we started recording, and it's Kit Fisto.
Kit Fisto, yeah.
He's kind of like Plo Koon, where he's just one of those like sick characters that I feel like we didn't get enough of. Yeah. He was the only Jedi to ever beat Yoda in a training duel, and it was because they were underwater, and he has this ability underwater to use like water force.
Yeah. I remember that.
He's one of my friend's favorite characters. My friend actually has his lightsaber.
Wow. Yeah. Fair.
It's kind of cool.
Fair, yeah.
But my character, and I feel like this is to be expected, and very well could be one of the characters as well, is just Big Boy Mace, Samuel L. Jackson. And I have a few reasons for this. One is because he's such like a well-known character, but he's so important as well. And I think it's the 2003 2D animated Clone Wars, and where he just goes nuts.
Yep.
He just goes ape shit.
Yeah.
He fucks. But he's such a strong character, and I feel like obviously yes, he goes hand in hand with Sidious. You can argue he beat him. I don't know. People say that that Sidious let him, so that he can manipulate. Blah blah blah. Whatever. But he is probably one of the he created his own fighting style. Form 6. It's his own kind of vape pad.
Yeah.
Like he's such an influential character in the Jedi Order that we don't see a lot of. He's second to Yoda. Like if Yoda were to die, he'd be the Grand Master.
Yep.
But the other thing is Samuel L. Jackson has openly stated, and he stated this recently as well, like within the past 4 years, I think, he is still willing to come back as
to
Mace
Star Wars.
Windu.
He wants to come back. Yes.
And he's old now.
He's old. A lot
And
of now the
He
biggest.
says he's willing to.
the
And
biggest
as a
fan,
voice actor, I feel like he'd be even more willing to because it's easier for him.
the biggest fan fiction-y is if Mace Windu survived. There was a lot of rumors.
I wouldn't go like that.
Yeah, no, he dead, bro. A lot of rumors. There was a lot of rumors back when the Book of Boba Fett came out that Mace Windu was going to be in it. Mace Windu survived, and then Boba tries to get redemption of him because obviously he killed his father. Mace Windu killed Jango Fett, Boba's father.
I'm sorry. No offense to Boba, but if there's anybody who's gonna find Mace Windu, it's not Boba Fett.
Yeah, no. But that's too fan fiction-y. It's cool. Obviously, that's the story the Star Wars theory is going with his fan films. Obviously, it's about Mace Windu surviving, and then Vader confronts him. Vader finds him in his search for lost Jedi who need to be killed because of Order 66. And that's Star Wars theory.
Okay.
Don't make it canon.
Okay, again.
It's very cool.
All right.
But it's fan fiction-y.
Argue this with me.
What?
Right? You can argue this with me. But depending on Mace's... Say Mace didn't get that injured from the fall, right? Say he was 90% of what he was fighting Palpatine, right? Say he was just like he was 10% weaker because he's a little bit older, whatever, right? To be honest, I think he'd be able to beat Vader.
We have to wait for Star Wars Theories Vader Episode 2. We gotta
No,
wait.
no, but hear me out, right? I feel like they have nerfed Vader so much recently.
Oh, there for sure. Star Wars Theory. No, wait.
And also, we know that Vader is susceptible to, so he lost with Obi-Wan twice, and both of them were he was blinded, right? I'm talking about Obi-Wan, where he could have murked Obi-Wan, bro. He could have snapped his fingers and broke Obi-Wan's neck.
The Kenobi show fight was very fan fiction-y. I only love it is because of the emotion expressed with Ewan and Hayden.
Yeah.
But that was stupid. Vader would chop.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
You could argue the reason that Obi-Wan won the fight, I'm using quotation marks, is psychologically it fucked with Vader, right? Psychologically it fucked with Anakin.
Yeah, it did.
And you can argue the same thing for the Ahsoka fight. Obviously, Ahsoka dies, but she still holds her own, right?
Yeah.
She tore half his mask. This is what I'm talking about psychology.
Because I really don't think... Because Anakin, we know Anakin was always in Vader. There was always a bit of Anakin left.
Yeah.
So I think that little bit of Anakin was holding Vader back from using his full potential on Ahsoka and Obi-Wan.
Yeah. But who, out of the Jedi Order... So this is what I'm getting to about Mace, though. Who in the Jedi Order was Anakin always trying to get the approval of?
Mace Windu. Mace Windu was a dick to him.
I think
Anakin would go crazy
to double up
Mace.
on that, but to double up on that, where does Mace Windu get his power from?
His opponent's dark. When his opponent uses the dark side of the Force,
Yep.
he then uses the light to push. Yeah.
Boom.
Oh my goodness.
Boom.
I'm so
Bro, I'm
excited.
actually a genius.
Dude,
I'm actually a genius.
I'm so excited to see Vader Episode 2 by Star Wars Theory. Obviously Vader and Mace were finally...
Is he flying us out? Or is he just flying you out?
I don't know when the premiere will be. I don't know when his movie... when it will come out. But I don't... It would probably be 2025 or 2026.
Right in the mix of Star Wars too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, dude, if it's 2026, Dave's movie, the Rey movie, and then Theory's Star Wars fan film, I'm going to the LA premiere of it. The hype is real for that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Very hype for that.
But sorry to go off that little rant, but I do think Mace would have a good shot on Vader.
Definitely. And
I think, again, psychologically, it'd toy with him.
It would, because Anakin, not like Mace. Mace, not like Anakin.
Yeah.
And if Mace found out Anakin went to the dark side...
Yeah.
Dude. because Mace had a
But
feeling
so
that whole time. Um,
he did,
but I think
and
if
but
Mace
I would like to.
accepted Anakin more and said to Anakin, you're on this council, but you are a master, and didn't deny him the rank of master, Anakin, a lot of factors into why Anakin turned to the dark side. A lot of it is Mace's fault, Yoda's fault, Obi-Wan's fault. I reckon they're the three to blame.
Yeah,
But
but it's
just life
also,
is
as they say, as Yoda says in Phantom Menace, he's too old. Like, there's so many
yeah,
variables.
yeah,
There's so
exactly,
many variables. He
exactly.
was too attached to his mum.
If
I think that was a
Qui-Gon
driving
didn't
force.
die, Qui-Gon
If
didn't
Qui Gon didn't
die,
die, well,
Anakin wasn't
we
turning to
forget
the
that
dark side.
we forget that Sidious also like heavily manipulated the shitballs out of
Oh,
him.
he's
He implanted visions
yeah,
into his head that Padme
yeah.
was going to die.
And then
Like,
his
I feel like
mother,
it's so many
which
variables.
started him down the dark side of the
Yeah,
Force. In the
yeah,
Phantom
like
Menace, he pats Anakin on the shoulder and says, we will watch your career with great interest."
yeah.
Palpatine knew that was
This
his
is
little kid. Palpatine
yeah.
knew.
Hello, son. Come here. I got some chocolate.
Dude, Palpatine's low key the most manipulative fictional character in
Yeah,
cinema.
yeah.
One of the best villains behind the Joker and Darth Vader.
Yeah. But
yeah, dude.
to go away from that tangent, I think Mace. I want to see Mace. It's kind of like Keller and Beck. I want to see Mace come through the ranks. I want to see him how he gets from a Padawan, moves up, and just how he adapts. How I want to see his biggest foe. I want to see like his biggest.
his own form.
Yeah.
Yeah. What drove
how he gets
him
how he like exactly
use the dark
like he's
side
such a fleshed out character. Obviously,
yeah.
he has. Oh yeah, how does he learn to do that? Like, obviously he has a purple lightsaber because
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson was like,
I want a
"Can I have a purple lightsaber?"
And then it
And George
created
is
a
like,
whole new lore for
"Sure."
Star Wars. Samuel L.
Yeah,
Jackson
but-
created whole new lore for Star Wars
Yeah.
with that purple lightsaber.
I want to see that.
Yeah,
Like, he's so fleshed out. The reason he didn't fight General Grievous was because General Grievous would actually be OP if he learned, because Grievous would learn fighting styles.
Mm.
Like he would download
Yeah,
fighting styles.
That
So
against
if
his-
he
yeah, that he
if he learned Mace Windu's, he would actually
crazy.
like the movies nerfed him. The movies and Clone Wars nerfed him. General Grievous like fucked shit up.
For sure.
People don't understand how important General Grievous was and how many Jedi he killed. No, you didn't see it. You didn't see how many Jedi he killed. The only Jedi we see General Grievous kill is a Padawan. Is Kit Fisto's Padawan, and then Kit Fisto fucks him up. But
yeah,
General Grievous would be amazing.
General
But yeah,
Grievous
no,
is
that's
very
my
cool.
little thing. I want to
Yeah,
see
man, it's a good
Mace's
rank.
backstory. I want to see Mace's how he came to be where he was in the Jedi Order.
For sure. But yeah, that sums it up very well. Good 30-minute prediction episode here.
Yep.
And guys, let us know who you want to see in Tales of the Jedi Season 2. Prequel characters, Luke and Leia training, maybe Luke with his Jedi Order. Ben and Luke, that could be interesting, but again, it's a bit, we don't know much about it yet. The prequel characters are the easiest ones to go with, because we're just expanding on them. We literally don't.
But they're also everyone's
favorite
favorite characters.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to see Luke and Leia though training. We did get a little flashback in the Rise of Skywalker that, but I would love like a full TV long episode, live action, deep faked Mark Hamill, deep faked Carrie Fisher. You can call me disrespectful, but like
no,
it's not
disrespectful.
I like the defake stuff. I do.
Well,
I don't want to recast. I don't want to recast.
If it's a tale, it's just animated.
Yeah, but animation. Yeah, but like I feel like the animation only hits hard with prequel characters because of the Clone Wars. We got so much of them in animation. Like you put Luke. We haven't seen Luke in animation before. You put Luke and Leia into animation.
No, that's fair.
I don't know. I don't know how hard it will hit. And you can hit hard enough.
I feel like Clone Wars you can do a lot more with like.
Yeah.
You know how OP Luke is in the comics.
Oh, and Legends.
And I feel like you can't. I feel like you can't bring that to life in. It's harder to bring that to life in live action. Whereas, if you had it as an animated TV show, Luke, you could just fuck shit up. You really could.
But I just feel
and
like
Luke is again such a crazy character that doesn't get the shown because Luke was like 1977, 1980, 1983. Again, restricted by the limitations of the time period.
And also, Luke hadn't really advanced. He advanced as a Jedi
Yeah.
after Return of the Jedi. The head of the Empire
Yeah.
novels. That's
We see
Luke's
it. We
big
do
years,
see it
crazy.
in Mando
Mandalorian,
season
yeah.
2.
Unlike the Last Jedi,
but
big fat
even then-
baby Jake Skywalker.
Yeah, but even then, Legends Luke.
Legends
would
Luke
fuck
is
those
Legends Luke
dark-
is the most powerful
dark
Star Wars character.
droids. What are they called?
Dark Troopers.
Dark Troopers. Yeah, he'd fuck those Dark Troopers up in like 3 seconds.
But
He
I
would.
think,
But, yeah.
I think the reason I don't really want to recast with Luke, Leia, and that, it just wouldn't feel the same. I feel
wouldn't.
like I wouldn't really care, because I know that's not Luke Skywalker, man. That's not Leia. I don't
Yeah.
like. I'm not a fan of recasts. I'm one of the few that much prefer the deepfake stuff. There was something on Twitter today.
Yeah, but
Someone was asking, would you prefer Anakin Skywalker to be recast or them to like de-age Hayden? De-age all the way. You don't even need to de-age him much. Just get rid of his wrinkles in his eyes. That's it.
But I
the
think
wrinkles
this,
around his eyes.
I think, yeah, he looks pretty young for his age, actually.
Yeah.
But I think this is when you have to take so much time to deep fake or you have to recast. I think that's the kind of time where you have to start thinking about maybe we should move on.
Well, that's ultimately Disney's fault for screwing up the sequels. They could have gave us it all.
I agree.
And then we wouldn't have been asking for it right now.
No, I agree.
But
in 10
up.
years, if there's
Harrison Ford's never
in 10
returning,
years,
Carrie Fisher can't return, so it's just Mark Hamill, man. And
in 10 years, if in 10 years time and we're still getting deep faked Luke Skywalker, deep faked Obi-Wan, deep faked
end that. They've got to end that.
Hayden, I will actually like. I would hate it.
I think Hayden and Ewan have a good another. Ewan's 50, Hayden's 40.
Yeah.
They got a good.
No,
10,
okay. Those I can.
Ewan's got another 10 years of being in Star Wars. Without deep fake. Hayden's got another 20 plus years. Mark needs the deep fake, obviously. If you want young Luke Skywalker.
But I couldn't be doing that. Like I couldn't be watching that. It's.
The Book of Boba Fett deepfake is great. You don't notice it.
Yeah, it's better, but I don't want my Luke Skywalker to be like. Do you get what I mean? I think in 10 years' time, just in general, not even the deepfaking, just the character in general. I don't want to be leeching onto a character that is over, 50 odd years old. It's just going to start ruining the character.
Well, yeah,
they've already started to ruin the character.
Well, they have ruined the character.
Yeah, exactly, because it's too long. I feel like
because it's too
Obi-Wan, but
if not, okay, George Lucas could have made the sequels the exact same time
Yeah,
as Disney
sure.
did, and Luke Skywalker would be
Sure.
perfect still. It's because they
Yeah,
did him
sure,
bad,
okay.
him dirty.
yeah, but and for Ewan, for example, the Obi-Wan show, it's starting to ruin the character.
Yeah, the Obi-Wan show was, honestly, looking back on that thing, I just wish we didn't get it.
Exactly.
We didn't need
I
it.
feel like Hayden's different because Hayden Christensen, when
Hayden's
his
the
character
face of
was
Star
older,
Wars. I don't care what
yeah,
y'all
but you
say.
can do it as. But no, Luke is the face of Star Wars. No, Vader is the face of Star Wars.
Anakin Skywalker
But see, there's the
is
thing.
face of Star Wars.
Hayden can be behind a bunch of makeup. Hayden can be behind a bunch of the mask. He could be in the mask, and he could be in the mask for the next 40 years.
Yeah, but I don't want.
I wouldn't want Vader
more
for that
Darth Vader.
long.
I don't want more Darth Vader.
No, exactly.
The reason
That's
why
my point.
he is so good is because we don't have much of him.
That's my point.
He's villainous. Hayden, I just want Hayden as a Force Ghost man. Frick.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's all I want from Hayden. With Hayden is, yeah. I just want to see him as a Force Ghost, talking to Ahsoka, talking to Luke. Should have happened in the sequels, but God.
Yeah.
But 2-year-old wrote those scripts for the sequels. But anyway, that's our predictions for Tales of the Jedi Season 2 and who we want to see.
And our little
Let us
rant
know
afterwards too.
40-minute episode. Jesus Christ, it was not meant to be like that. But
Oh my
anyway,
god.
we
Don't
will.
worry. You got to put the intro at the start. You got to have a bleeper
Yeah,
reel at the end as well. So
yeah.
it'll be like a 45-minute episode.
Well, not really, because I never stopped recording from when we started.
Oh,
It's 30
so you're just gonna
seconds.
keep it in at the start.
Yeah, no, I'll just
Oh,
put
okay.
it at the back.
Yeah, okay. I get you. I
Editing
get you.
is
I
a
get you.
tool,
I get
buddy.
you. Your
Yeah.
tool.
Anyway, guys, let us know who you want to see. Might cut out. Anyway, who do you want to see in Taz of the Jedi Season 2? Let us know in the comments down below, and we'll see you in the next episode here on the Movie Pod. Till next time, guys. Peace out. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And today we are talking about, well, we are ranking our top 10 favorite.
Blanking.
Yeah,
Blanking.
we are
Here,
ranking.
I'll take over.
No. I was trying to just shush. Our top
Okay.
10 favorite Star Wars TV shows. We'll be ranking our favorite.
No, we're not.
Shut up.
Are you good, buddy? Just restart. Just get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is why I'm the host.
No.
This is why I get paid the big bucks.
Yeah, this is why I put you on $170,000 salary per month. Sorry, I wasn't meant to tell everybody else that. Hey, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Movie Pod. What am I up to? My mind, I got a massive headache right now. What the frick has happened? I'm seeing.
We'll do this last one and then you go to bed.
I'm seeing purple rings on the wall.
Oh.
Oh my goodness, guys, you're not here. To...
Okay.
No, I am talking. This
Just
shush.
restart.
No, shush.
I'll do it.
You are talking over me. You're talking over me.
You're talking over yourself.
I got it now. How can you do that? You can only say one word at a time. Alright, 3, 2, 1. And in today's episode of the Movie Pod, we will be ranking our favorite episodes of Star Wars television, but only
No,
live
we
action.
weren't. We're doing Tales of the Jedi, you twit.
What am I doing?
Just let me do the intro, please.
What am I doing?
I won't insult you.
Dude, what am I doing?
Stop. We'll do Tales of the Jedi and you go to bed. Okay?
What am I doing? Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay?
Bleep.
Tales of the Jedi and then we're doing a bit.
Okay. Okay.
I'll do the intro.
Okay. Okay. What the hell has happened? I'm on crack. Okay, go.
Count me in.
3, 2, 1, go.